Alright, and this is the functions 101. So functions, basically, what is function? The exact definition of a function is basically for every, it's like for every x value, for every y, you can only have one y value, it's like the vertical lines test. But here's for example, we have the linear equation, which is, so you have the y value is equal to slope times the x value plus the y-intercept, but we don't want to say that every time. So it gets shortened down to y equals mx plus b. And so here I have an example here. This is y equals 3x plus 3. And the way you solve this is many ways. Generally, so we could make a table of x and y. And then we know that we have a y-intercept, which is 3. And then you just kind of plug in numbers. Like, for example, we could have 1 here. And this is equal to 3 times 1 plus 3. So that's 6. So like 1 equals 6. And then 2 equals 9. And then so on. Right? And you can see from here, a linear equation has like a constant growth. So this is always growing by 3. By 3. Alright. As a second example. Same thing. X and Y. You have the y-intercept, which is 9, and then if it's 1, and then so it's 5 times 1 plus 9, which is 14. So, and then this kind of just keeps on growing by 5 every time. So that's 9. So we have 19, and then 24, and then so on. So that's linear equations. Very simple. And then this is a quadratic equation, and these kind of draw into this little curve. It's called a parabola. And a parabola, this is the standard form of writing it, right? Ax squared plus bx plus c equals y. You also have a vertex form, which I will get into later. But for now, say you have this. Generally, you want y is generally equal to 0. If you're trying to solve this equation, you set y to equal to 0, and then you find the x-intercept. There's the quadratic form. So you do this because you have quadratic formula, and it goes negative b, alright, plus or minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So this is where your like a, b, and c knowledge is very important. It's equal to 0. Actually, not equal to 0. I'm just back. So we just need to know a. So a in this case, if we're gonna use this, so it's a is equal to 1, b is equal to 4, c is equal to also 4, and this one, so this is actually technically 1x squared plus or minus 4x plus 4 equals 0. So then you would just plug it in here. We have negative 4 because b, so plus or minus 4 squared minus 4 times 1 times 4 over 2a, which is 2 because it's 2 times 1. Simplify this down. You have negative 4 plus or minus 16 minus 16 over 2. which also equals negative 4 plus or minus 0 over 2, which means equals 2. Now, for this specific equation, right, if we want to graph this, very simple. It's a graph. And the idea is that this number is the x-intercept. So this one happens to also be the vertex right here. 0, negative 4, say. And then you want to look at A. And if A is greater than 1, it goes up in this case. It could also go down like this. So this is when A is less than 0. And then this one, A is greater than 0. And yeah, that's kind of like, that's the basics, right? Now the other quadratic equation form is the one right here. It's a vertex form. And this form is basically just x plus x minus h plus k. So, and with h is equal to the x of vertex, and then k is the y of vertex. And you generally use this form when you know the vertex. So if we're gonna use it here, right, we know that this vertex is 0, 4, is 0, negative 2. So then we would just basically substitute it in here. A equals x minus 0 plus 2 squared, 2 squared. All right, and then we just kind of simplify this down. Ax squared plus 2 equals, okay, y. And then here you have a way, right? Say you know a point, a certain point on this parabola. You can substitute it for the x and y. You find out a. So say if we know that 1 and so like 2, right? 2 equals a times 1, 2 square plus 2. It equals 2 equals a plus 2. And you know a equals 0. Right. And then you can just go substitute it everywhere and such. Alright, this is me. Hello. Thank you.